First and foremost, we want to say thank you, and we appreciate, the interview and all your hard work over the years. We've been studying and watching a long time, so this is an honor, especially for me. I've been watching for about 13, 14 years.
Thank you, sir.
My first question would be, your name and your brand has been associated with a lot of firsts, a lot of groundbreaking things done for street dance and the culture itself. Could you run down some of the groundbreaking things you've done in the forms of your online presence, your tutorial DVDs, and your work with industry artists?
Yeah. Well, I think I've done a lot of things because mostly I stuck with it since the 80s. I never quit. I danced also in the 70s, and I don't know. I never knew what first I had, but I had a pretty good website where I dropped knowledge. I put up a timeline when nobody was trying to put up a timeline. I was trying to put the missing pieces of the puzzles together, both in East and West culture. That might have been something that I set off. Crazy Legs was always very productive when it comes to, being self-sufficient. He put out the first DVDs, actually VHS tapes, and he convinced me to do the same, and I did, and I was very successful with that, with popping. And I'm probably one of the only cats that is in some highly recognizable crews. I'm TC5, which is a fresh graffiti crew. I'm Rocksteady Crew. I'm Electric Boogaloos. I'm Zulu Nation. So that's something that I'm very proud of.
How have you managed to reinvent yourself for the past 20 years and stay relevant to the youth now?
How I managed to stay relevant, I think, is to maintain student status. I always refer to myself, if I'm great at one thing, I'm a great student. People could assign any attribute they feel, and I appreciate it, but for me, I've just been a great student. I like to study everything from myself and what I've been through, my own upbringing, but I also like to study from anybody and everybody that has something to offer.
We get a lot of information from the old school dancers and saying, how the game is now, and just a lot of complaints. What are you doing right now to combat that and help push the culture forward and and help preserve it?
In my opinion, because we come from freestyle, so you have to be independent within yourself in dance and in business. We are our own industry. I think we become dependent too much on the suit and ties to support whatever we have, but when we dig in our own pockets and our own resources and make things happen for ourselves, we are in control of what we have, our own product, and I am my own product. I'm Mr. Wiggles, I branded myself without realizing it, and I just decided I don't want to lean on the industry because I don't want to compromise, There's always opportunities where you do have to, give in a little, but I didn't like that feeling, so I like to do what I want to do, so I just became a little more self-sufficient. I was always a hip-hop head. From day uno. I did everything. I was an MC, I made beats, I DJ, I break, I rock, I pop. I did everything and anything and everything. And because of that, I didn't need a graphic design. I didn't need nobody to build my site. I didn't need nobody to make my beats. I did all that myself. And I think that's important. Indulge in the culture, use it, and be your own industry.
And as far as your legacy, what would you like to leave behind?